So I want to go ahead and share with you an experience I had recently with one of these seasoned investors. In a nutshell, this investor passed me the blueprints, the plans that him and his architect drew up, and we executed the framing according to those plans. So when he walked it, he realized that the closet in the master suite was too small, and he did not like the laundry room framed in the living room. There was no TV wall space. Again, this is the plans that him and his architect came up with, drew up, passed them to me, and we executed according to those blueprints. That's not a problem. This is what we call a change order. The problem comes when he didn't want to pay for it, and he starts criticizing my expertise, saying I should have brought it up to his attention. Now let's get into the details, because he conveniently left out all the facts of what the situation is to make his case and make him look like the good guy and make me look like the bad guy. So let's break this shit down. This house in particular, it was two projects, but let's go and speak about the house that he's talking about. Is 1,085 square feet, rectangular, a 3-1. We were converting it into a 3-2 with the master suite. For those of you that don't know, master suite is just bathroom and a closet inside the room, the master. So we were converting into a 3-2 master suite in the same footprint. So as you can see, this fucking house is small. So this is the master suite right here, and this is the closet he's speaking about. So we know that this is 5 feet by 3 feet, the tub. So this is not going to be that much of a difference. You know, we went according to the standard. We know what a toilet is, we know what a tub is, so we went by what was there. This window's there, this window's there, so that's what we use as a reference point or to guide us. So you can rearrange this and maybe do a shower to make this somehow bigger. And that's where the change order came about, that he didn't want to pay. He was accusing me that I lack expertise, that I should have brought this to his attention. But I've been doing this for over 5 years with 70 rehabs under my belt. And this is nothing out of the ordinary. Like I said, it's a small house, 1,085 square feet. There's not much you can do in here. If you want to make it from a 3-1 to a 3-2 with a master suite, this is what it is. It is what it is. There's nothing else you can do. The only other reconfiguration we can do here is make it a shower and to try to get a little bit more closet space, but it ain't gonna be that much. Then if we were to push this wall over, you make the room smaller and get the closet, the bathroom bigger. He didn't want to obviously go do that, and we have this window here, so we couldn't go that much more this way. And then the other point that he's talking about, washer and dryer being in the living room. As you can see, you walk in, and he's right, there's no wall spaces in that, but this is what him and his architect gave me. When we walked it, we tried reconfiguring it about adding a shower here and see if we get more space. And then closing it off here was me who actually made that recommendation, because the old washer and dryer was like this and the door was here, but he designed it like this. So I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. That's how he wanted it. It's not my responsibility. It's not my responsibility to, you know, tell him, hey, why are you doing a washer and dryer in the closet? I mean, a washer and dryer in the living room, and this closet is a little bit too big. And see, these other closet, this is the other closet. He said this one's a little small size that we framed up, and this one I believe is the largest one of all three. But none of these other two rooms have a bathroom in it. So he is using this and this to not pay me $6,000, and the story gets better. That's just this is just one situation, because he's not giving you the full details of what happened here. He's only giving you what's convenient for him, and his reason for not paying me. But now let's go back and take it back let's go back and take it to the beginning. So looking back at things and putting 2 and 2 together and trying to figure out what's going on here. Originally, the seller was selling these two properties as a package deal. He wasn't letting go of one without the other. It seemed like my client was really interested in one of them. One was 1,085 square feet, and the other one was 1,075 square feet. They're pretty much almost had the same print. They were in the same street, about a block apart from each other. So the 1,075 square foot house had a big grading issue. Every time it would rain, the streets would flood and the property, the backyard would be like a lake. So that was a big concern. That was a big issue that we were dealing with. Moving forward, when we started the demo, pulling out the floors, we realized that all the subfloors were rotten, had big issues. These subfloor issues were found in both projects. I had in the proposal budgeted for 2 subfloor repairs. Since we were working on both houses simultaneously, I worked it out with my guys where we were gonna only charge them for 3 subfloors per house to do the whole 1,075 and 1,085 square feet. So he was getting a great deal. Oh wait, going back. So before we demoed it, once we pulled that off, my guy was like, oh, we gotta do all the subfloors. I was like, hey, before you do anything, I gotta go and send the change order and get the client approval. I got orange spray paint, fluorescent orange spray paint, and I circled, and I have pictures of this, and I circled every soft spot in every floor so he can come and walk it and see exactly what I was talking about. So once he did, he came and he saw that and we walked it. He said, all right, go ahead and do it and do the subfloors. So we went forward and did this. So we continued with the repairs on the subfloors. We finished that, whatever. Then on the other project, not the one with the grading issues, we needed to redo the whole framing. So we went ahead and we did the framing, but we still hadn't gotten the draw we got the draw for the trash out in the demo. We hadn't gotten the draw for the subfloors. So we did the framing. We got a draw for the framing, but we still wouldn't get the draw on the subfloor for both projects. So then he kept on, we met at the property, and he kept on arguing that we were over budget X amount because of the subfloors. And he kept on bringing this high number up over and over and over. And then I was like, wait a minute. In reality, we were only over budget by 1 subfloor in each one, because we had previously budgeted for 2 subfloors in each one. So we had a total of 4 subfloors. So there was 6 in total for the whole project. So once I brought that to his attention, then he changed it up. Now he was complaining that the subfloor was done wrong. So since we didn't receive the draw, as stated in my contract, we stop work when we don't receive a draw. So we stop. Now comes the big issues. He busted out, check this out. I want to hear you guys' comments on this. He busted out that his hard money lender said that the subfloors, he was the one that was stating that the subfloors was wrong. I was like, bro, I don't care what your hard money lender says. The only inspector I care telling me that my floors are wrong are the city inspector. So I exceeded him to get with his hard money lender to meet me out there on the property and tell me what's wrong with my floors. I wanted him to point out what was wrong with my floors. He busted out saying that the hard money lender didn't have time and he was out of town and I don't know, some lame excuses. And I was like, bro, you're his client. You need to exceed him to meet your contractor out on the property. This is slowing you down. This is the hard money lender wants you to take as long as you want, as long as it takes, because they're making money on the holding cost, on the interest. So you need to exceed him to meet with your contractor to solve this problem and keep the project going. He was very hesitant and this and that, which was very out of the ordinary, because most investors, you know, time is money, money is time with these rehabs. So obviously I never met with that hard money inspector that was saying that my floors was bad or done wrong or whatever BS. Then we ended up meeting up again in the house where we did the framing to go over the project and see, you know, what's going on and when I'm gonna get that draw for that subfloor. And that's when he busted out that the framing was done wrong, that I should have brought it to his attention. Well, what I mentioned earlier in this video. So I want to hear what you guys have to say. And on another side note, that house that had the grading problem and all that, he's now selling it for $70,000. These are excuses that shady investors use to not pay their contractors. As we know, there's always 2 sides to every story. So before we judge and come to our own conclusion, get all the facts from both parties, hear them out, and then make a decision on who's right and who's wrong. Anyone that's done business with Will Power knows how I work, knows that every other day I'm going to the property, taking pictures with my damn little iPhone and emailing those progress pics. So for him to accuse me and say that I wasn't supervising my people is an insult, and it's just shady on his part to not pay me. That's what it is. Please comment below. Let me know what you think of this situation. Who do you think is right? Who do you think is wrong? Now that you got all the facts, not just what he wants to sugarcoat to make his sorry ass look good, let me know, man, because this is very frustrating. All these contractors, they always get called out for being shady, but these investors doing whatever the hell they want out here and nobody's calling them out. It's time for them to start taking responsibility. And with that being said, don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Instagram, WillPowerTurnkey. Don't just hire help, build a team.